that we do here in Rathmullan House. But today I'm going to add a couple of wee things as well, some ingredients which I will be using in our muesli from now on. In here we've got, by the way, I've got recipes, guys, for this as well, so you know, afterwards if you need them, well, I can get them. Yeah. So, the hands sore, were they? Yeah. Okay, so in here I've got porridge oats. I've got some small bit of brown sugar, I've got flaked almonds, I've got hazelnuts, I've got desiccated coconut, okay? The measurements I have for you, so don't worry about that. So that all goes into one tray, simple as that. Okay, and now I'm going to add these things. This is a mixed seed mix, okay? Multi-mix, okay, which I just got today, which is a great product because this is saving me from buying loads of different packets of everything, you know. So if I can get this, the one container, it's a lot easier. Plus, think of the environment, wastage, you know, that works as well for me. So I'm going to throw in a load of the seeds. Again, this is the hemp seeds. Okay, yeah. No, I'm not going to say anything. And these little guys, I'm going to pass these around to you as well. These are little vanilla scented pumpkin seeds, so they're kind of crusted, you know, and they're absolutely stunning. So I'm going to put some of them in as well. A small touch of vanilla essence, just again. Well, this is an our recipe, but you mightn't even need the vanilla essence if you did add this product to it, and they taste gorgeous. They're like little sweets. Okay, so a wee bit of vanilla essence. Well, of course, yeah, you know, being a big chef and all this, you have to say that you stuff. But for this product, for this here, vanilla is perfect. You wouldn't get the dispersion of flavour from the seeds. I'm serious. I'll pass these around, guys, and have a wee taste because they're great. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is, it's going to sound really strange, but I'm going to put a wee bit of pinch of salt in. Just brings out the flavour of everything. A bit of oil because you actually cook this muesli. Okay, so we're going to put a bit of oil in. Again, this is just helping everything come together and stick together. The sugars come together, and a touch of water. Okay, and basically that's it. Mix, 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 mix into an oven. An oven at about 130, 140. Probably take about 10, 15 minutes, stirring constantly. Okay. And I'll just drop this here. And this is what it looks like. I've added some fruit as well, dried fruit on this one because we had some left over because we're getting the Christmas puddings and stuff and ready. You know, you're left with 3 tons of raisins and whatnot in the kitchen. So you try and find ways of using them up. So I've got some cups here. You don't mind, eh? That's brilliant. How long can you keep that for? This in an airtight container could last up to a month, easy. You know, I love the glass jars. No, this, yeah, in the oven for about 10, 15 minutes. Just stirring constantly, so just until it's nice and crisp, it's ready. And if you can store it, and look at how much that makes as well. You know, that can do you for a week, 2 weeks, and it's so cheap, guys, as well. It really is.
All the omegas are in hemp seeds, 3, 6 and 9. So for people who don't eat much fish, it's a wonderful source of omegas. There's nothing else to compare to it other than fish. So you really, if you could get that into your breakfast cereal, we just think it's wonderful with porridge and the multi-seed and yogurt and fruit. And just to have it in your own muesli, it just sets you up for the day. And as I said, just hemp is a particularly resourceful little product, you know, from a health perspective. And this particular one is like it's hulled, so you're not crunching into it. It's nice and there's a lovely nutty texture from it, and it's wonderful as well for other products for fish, for coated fish, and so it's just, as I said, it's wonderful and easy, but it's particularly special from a nutritional.
And what would the amigos be really good for you for? Excuse my ignorance, because I know how to cook it. The knowledge-wise of it is of the.
Well, there's a number of reasons. I mean, we can talk about the brain power, but the omegas particularly as a nutritional food product, they're wonderful for the immune system.
All right.
So, I mean, they're protecting, you know, they're full of antioxidants, and I suppose in terms of protecting the immune system, the omegas are the most powerful. So we would see them as top of our list. All of our products have different nutritional attributes. So we would use, say, sunflower seed for vitamin E, and then we would develop the pumpkin seeds, which are wonderful for men's health, for you know, preventing prostate cancer. So we try, and each product has a unique nutritional benefit, and depending on what people particularly like. And as men are particularly poor at buying into the whole health kick, that's why we find the vanilla pumpkin is the one that the men will initially start with, and then eventually go on to chili, you know, chili pumpkin seeds and things like that. But as I said, every product has a different nutritional attribute, and the multi-seed is one that isn't coated in anything, so it's the most natural, so you can pop it into the breakfast, the lunch, or the so it just gives you more flexibility, whereas the other ones have a bit more flavour to them.
The wee pumpkin seeds are beautiful, aren't they? Yeah, really nice. And again, like I would use them. I just thought today, seeing a crumble mixture as well. If you're making nice apple crumble, they'd be lovely through that as well. We use the muesli, basically a very similar recipe, that muesli as well. So maybe have a bit of muesli that's been sitting in the press a wee bit too long. Maybe it's going a wee bit too soft. If you're making an apple crumble or something, use that as your crumble mixture, because it gives you that lovely crisp. Bit of cinnamon in there or something like that, just to season a little up a wee bit, but it's a beautiful crumble mixture as well. So guys, I've been just working away on this risotto of just slowly adding chicken stock in each time, and a wee bit of the mushroom stock as well, again, like just enhancing the flavour of the mushrooms. So that's just ticking away nicely. And again, you probably would, for 1 cup of stock, or for 1 cup of rice, you'll probably be talking best guts of a pint of stock. But we're just adding it in slowly, constantly stirring. Again, is what I was saying earlier about getting the best out of your ingredient. If you try and cook a risotto really, really quickly, you're going to be left with rice it's not as creamy. You know, you want a creamy risotto, but you want a creamy risotto, but not adding cream or butter. You know, so the more you work the borio rice, the more it gets. It rubs up against the other rice. The natural starches come out of the rice again. So the more you stir this and the stock, once the stock reduces completely, add the stock in again, and this is what brings out the natural starch, giving it that natural creamy texture, rather than putting in loads of butter or rather than putting in a bit of cream. So again, it's all about getting the best out of your product. Like, I can see that already. You know, it's starting to come around. So it'll take a while yet. So next then, what we'll do is we'll work on we'll try the noodles, because that's going to take a wee while to cook. So our own pot noodle. I never thought I'd be making this in all my days. As some of my friends see me now, I don't think that they would give me a bit of stick, I must say. So I've got some noodles here. Again, these are the noodles that the guys had in the canteen today as well. You know, a really fine noodle. Great thing is about this, the boiling water will cook this. You know, you don't have to cook, you know, you don't need to put it in a pan, you don't need to put it in the microwave or anything like that. So here I've got some of those vegetables that I had left earlier, the leeks, the celery, and the onion, which is chopped up very fine. We're going to use that up again. Again, that's going to give us some texture. And a great thing as well, I tried these little chili seeds again that you can get. These are great in salads. I'm going to use them later on too in the Caesar salad as well. But again, for texture, what I was telling you about earlier, texture, flavour, you know, a bit of spice, you know, a bit of variety, which is great. And again, the health aspect as well. We don't need to talk about that. So I'm going to throw in a couple of these little chili seeds as well. I'm actually looking forward to try this with the chili seeds. So, yes, and the sprouts as well. You were telling me something fascinating about these here alfalfa shits. Bernie, what was that again? Because
well, alfalfa,
they make you younger. Is that what they want?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alfalfa, the direct translation is father of all foods. It's Arabic, so it's around for millions of years. And some might say, why haven't we been eating it? But it's taken a long time for people to be able to produce alfalfa in a very safe way, because it's where we produce it. It's in Cookstown in County Tyrone. We're from Sligo, but we produce it in Cookstown. We produce it in hydroponics, in tanks and growing tanks. But it's taken us 5 years to really get the capabilities up. And the interesting thing about alfalfa is it's got a thing called saponins. These are all the phytochemicals, you know, that are supposed to do the wonderful things to your body. But it has Saponins lower the bad cholesterol. That's basically what's wonderful about alfalfa. So it helps, you know, it maintains a healthy heart. And so that's the beauty of alfalfa. It's a simple product, but it just breaks down the bad fats. And it's so easy. Alfalfa is probably the most renowned of all the sprouts because it's milder tasting than, say, broccoli, because it's broccoli in it and there's radish in it. But alfalfa is very mild tasting, so you can actually put it into your diet kind of very easily, into a sandwich, into a, you know, whatever way you want to. And I think it's only now that it's kind of catching on. And we've been on the market for the last 5 years, and wonderful, wonderful customers throughout Ireland. But when we brought it into the UK, people instantly kind of picked it up because bigger population and all that. But the reality is, with alfalfa, it's instant health. You know, it's biogenic, so you release the life energy of the plant into your body. The one up from that is the Bracco, which is the one that has the published research. And we're going to be the first company, I hope, in Europe that's going to have our nutritional claims approved. So this isn't kind of an alternative kind of company that's come along and said, listen, you know, sprouts are wonderful because they say they are. We've actually got published research that proves that if you consume a mix of broccoli, clover, radish and alfalfa, which is our mix, it actually will reduce that DNA damage that's caused, and that, you know, helps to slow down the aging process, or the effects of the aging process, and that can be from your, you know, your health, you know, your organ health, or just good for your skin. It's good for your, like we say, omega, or the vitamin E in sunflower is wonderful for your skin, because there's so many other things that it's good for. But you know, for young people and students especially, I mean, diet is key, you know, to your health of mind and body. And back into the omegas, you know, you need the health of the mind as well for concentration and for slow release of energy of food products that are wonderful when you have kind of a heavy day and your lectures all day and busy lifestyle, that people, it's only when you get into eating them that you understand the real value of them. Because I do come from a dessert factory environment many years ago, so I've evolved into health, and it's only when you realise the real value of some of these products that you actually know why you're buying into them, you know the food value of them.
So that's great. Instead of buying my mum that oil of Olay or Clarence or something, just there you go. Definitely not cheaper as well. I'm all for that, yeah.
Estee Lauder just put alfalfa into their face creams. So, you know, people are looking at these products, you know, from another perspective. Yeah, that's the point.
Very good. Fascinating. And have you tried those? They're so fresh. You know, they just bring the mouth alive. It's like full of flavour. Great with fish. You know, especially a bit of halibut, which can be quite dry. That would just give them that lovely bit of freshness.